Okay, so in the country of Israel, there was a city called Bethlehem. And in Bethlehem, there's a very big problem because there was a food shortage. There was not enough food for the families there. So one of the families made a very hard decision and they decided to leave Israel, leave Bethlehem, and go to a country called Moab. But shortly after they got to Moab, the father died. So now it's just the mother and her two sons. And they both get married over the next 10 years. But sadly, they both die. So now it's the mother Naomi and the two daughter-in-laws, Orpha and Ruth. And Naomi decides that there's nothing left in Moab for her. The food shortage is over in Bethlehem, so she's going back home. So she starts to leave, and the two girls want to go with her, but she tells them, hey, you're still young. Go back to your parents' houses, get remarried. You can still have sons with someone else. I'm too old. Even if I had a baby in the womb right now, even if I had a son, by the time that he grew up, I mean, you're just going to wait for him. You're not. So go home. Well, Orpha leaves, but Ruth insists that she is staying with Naomi. In fact, she tells her, where you go, I will go. Where you sleep, I will sleep. Your God will be my God. So the two women set out and they get it back to Bethlehem. And all the women there are like, wow, is that Naomi? And Naomi tells them, no, call me Mara, which means bitter, because I left full and I came back empty. So the two women are in Bethlehem and they're poor. They have no husband, no man to take care of them, no one to work the land. And so Ruth begins to go and glean in the fields. Now, this was like a Jewish law custom that was in place that would help the widows and the poor. And basically, it just said that they could go around the edge of the field, and where the workers dropped the wheat, they would be able to pick it up, or the barley. So that's what Ruth began to do. And the field she goes to belonged to a man named Boaz. So she's in the field and she's picking up this barley as it drops. And he sees her and he says, who is that? Who's picking up the barley? And the workers tell her, oh, that's Ruth the Moabite. She came back with Naomi. And he tells them to leave her alone, to let her pick the barley in peace. And he calls her over and he tells her, hey, I know who you are. Stay near my female workers. Do not go to anyone else's field. You can pick up the barley in peace here. And she asks him, why have you done such a kindness for me? And he tells her that it's because she's in the grace of God. She's covered by him, by God. So she goes and Boaz invites her to join them for lunch that day, and he gives her some grain to eat. And she eats some and she sets the rest aside for Naomi. And he tells his mill workers, hey, when you're getting the barley, go ahead and just drop a little extra for her. Leave her alone. Let her pick it up in peace. So Ruth goes home at the end of the day, with the barley that she's collected. And she has collected a whole month's worth of barley, which is incredible, for somebody gleaning. So Naomi wants to know where she's gone. And so Ruth tells her. And she says, oh, well, Boaz is actually a redeemer. It's a kinsman, someone that's related to us that could redeem and save our family line. So Ruth continues to go work in these fields of Boaz. And time comes and time passes and they're going to celebrate the harvest. So Naomi tells Ruth, hey, I want you to put on your best clothes and stay out of sight when you go tonight. Stay out of sight and wait until Boaz has gone to bed. When he goes to sleep, go uncover his feet and lay at the foot of his bed. And when he wakes up, he's going to tell you what to do. So Ruth goes and she waits and she does exactly as Naomi says. And after Boaz is asleep, she uncovers his feet and is at his feet when he wakes up. And he says, who are you? And she says, it is I, Ruth. Redeem us and cover us with your protection. And Boaz tells her, you are such a sweet child. You could have gone for a man that was younger. You could have gone for someone outside of your family, of the family line, like that would not redeem the family. You could have gone for someone else, but you didn't. You stayed loyal. I want to do this, but there's actually a family member that is closer than I. Um, so just wait, I'll get the matter resolved. So Ruth goes back and tells Naomi everything. And Naomi says, listen, he's going to go to town today. He'll get you an answer. So Boaz goes to town and he sees the family member walking by, and he calls him over and he says, hey, Naomi is going to sell her land. You are the closest in line in the family to redeem them. What do you say? Do you want this land? And the guy says, yeah, I want the land. And he says, okay, but if you're going to take the land, you also have to get married to Ruth, the Moabite, who comes with it. And the guy says no. He starts to worry about his inheritance. The Moabites are not looked upon well. There's a big rivalry. So he says, no, I won't take it. So Boaz says he's going to take the land and he's going to get married to Ruth. And so they make the deal official, and Boaz and Ruth end up getting married. And they have a son together, and that son actually ends up having another son. So they have the son Obed. Obed becomes the father of Jesse, and Jesse is the father of King David. And as for Naomi, the women, when they saw that baby in her arms, the women were just so happy, because Naomi had gone home empty, but God had made her full again.